Hey everyone, welcome to this ClickUp tutorial, your simple guide to project management with ClickUp. Whether you're working solo, managing a small team, or just curious about how ClickUp works, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll know how to set up a workspace, create a project, add tasks, and keep everything organized without feeling overwhelmed. Let's dive in. So, what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity platform designed to help you manage everything in one place. From simple to-do lists to complex project timelines. You can use it to plan tasks, assign work, write documents, collaborate with a team, track goals, and even automate repetitive processes. Alright, so let's start from scratch. If you've already got an account, you can simply just log in. But if you don't, you're going to have to sign up. So these are the sign-in options. You can sign in with Google or just type in your work email. So let's just type in an email. So this is the sign up page. You can either continue with Google or just type in your full name, work email, and create a password. So let's type in a full name and then a work email. So once you sign up, you're going to be sent a confirmation code. So just go to your inbox and type it in. So the first question that pops up is, what would you like to use ClickUp for? Would you need ClickUp for work, personal use, or for your schoolwork? So it all depends on you. Let's go with work for this tutorial. Now, what would you like to manage with ClickUp? Marketing, PMO, finance and accounting. You can see there are lots of different options here. But for this tutorial, let's go with PMO, which stands for Project Management Office, since we're focusing on project management. Alright, now it's asking if you use any of these tools like Google Drive, Zoom, Trello, Monday, Salesforce, and a few others. This step is just about integrations. If you already use any of these apps, ClickUp can connect with them to make your workflow even smoother, like attaching files from Google Drive, scheduling Zoom calls, or importing tasks. But don't worry, you can skip this for now and connect them later if you want. So let's just skip this. Now it's asking which features you're most interested in, and this helps ClickUp tailor the workspace for your needs. Since we're focusing on simple project management, we'll go ahead and select tasks and projects, boards and Kanban, calendar, docs and wikis, time tracking, and dashboards. So let's go ahead and select them. Tasks and projects, time tracking, boards and Kanban, dashboards, docs and wikis. So these are the core features that'll help you stay organized, plan your work, track deadlines, and manage your projects easily. You can always add more later as your workflow grows, but these are great to start with. But of course, you can choose the ones that best suit your needs. Okay, so let's carry on. Lastly, all you need to do is name your workspace. So this could be the name of your company or organization. For this tutorial, let's go with something like Project Pulse. Sounds nice. Then you click finish. Alright, so ClickUp is setting everything up based on our answers. Great, we're in. So this is what the dashboard looks like. So the first thing we're gonna do is create a workspace. So what is a workspace? Think of it as your main hub in ClickUp. It's where all your project tasks, documents, and tools are. You can have one workspace for your entire business, team, or personal projects, and everything gets organized inside it. It's like your digital office space. To create a workspace, go to the profile icon. Then down here you see create workspace. Now ClickUp is asking what you'd like to use your workspace for. We're obviously gonna go with work since we're focusing on simple project management. Just at the top here, you'll notice a note that says information can't be transferred across workspaces. So it's important to bear this in mind because once you create a workspace, you can't transfer your tasks or data to another one later. So just bear that in mind. So I'll select work. So as you can see here, PMO is already highlighted. So let's just go with it. If you want to invite people to your workspace, you can easily just type the email address here. But let's just go with I'm done and carry on. And then you can see these tools again. So if you'd like to integrate any of them, you can do that easily here. Let's just go with next. So we just selected the option we selected earlier, and we're going to go with next. So once you're done selecting, just go with next. And then as you can see here, you can name your workspace. Let's go with a task nest. All right, and select finish. All right, so this is a new workspace. Now if you come here to the profile, to this profile icon, if you scroll down, you see that Project Pulse is still here. So this is another workspace. So you can move from one workspace to another, but you can't transfer information. So anything that's saved in Project Pulse can't be transferred to Task Nest. So just bear that in mind. Next up, we're going to create a space. So what's a space? In ClickUp, a space is like a big folder within your workspace. It helps you organize different areas of work. For example, you might have one space for marketing, another for sales, or even one for personal projects. So each space has its own settings, tasks, and views. So it keeps everything neatly organized. So let's create a space. So you just come to your left-hand menu, so you can see it here. All right, so a space represents teams, departments, or groups, each with its own lists, workflows, and settings. So let's give it a name. Let's go with Team Projects. All right, so you can add a little description here. Here's an interesting feature here. So just down here, you can toggle this on if you'd like to make it private, and then select those you'd like to invite to view this space. Yeah, so let's just leave it off. All right, so carry on. So something else ClickUp does, it offers templates to speed things up. You could choose to use templates for your space. So here you can see the different templates. You can see you've got the ones for marketing. Yeah, so you could choose to use the search bar here to speed things up. And then down here you can see that it's grouped by marketing, project management, there's engineering and product. So it all depends on which would match your space. So you could just choose one here. That's the template feature. All right, now ClickUp is asking you to define your workflow, and it makes this process easier with pre-configured solutions. So you can see that you've got starter, marketing teams, project management, product plus engineering. So it all depends on what you're working on. So this is how starter looks like, but if you want to use marketing teams to change it, so this is what it looks like. So down here, you can see default views, list, board, calendar, team. Then there's task statuses, backlog, planning, in progress, ready for revision or review. And then here, so for starter, you can see you've got to do, in progress, complete. Then for project management, which is what we're focusing on, you can see default views, list, board, calendar, Gantt, team. There's also for task statuses, there's to do, planning, in progress, at risk, and then the next one here. You've also got ClickUps, which are extra tools to enhance your workflow or your workspace. So let's go with project management, shall we? Yeah, so let's select this one and then carry on to create our space. Now that we've created a space, we're going to create a folder. In ClickUp, a folder is a way to organize different projects or tasks within a space. Think of it like a file folder you'd use in real life to keep similar documents together. So to create a folder, you're just going to come here, click the plus sign, then you can see folders, just select it. And then you're going to have to name it. So down here, you can see there's also an option to use space statuses. So these are a set of task statuses that apply to all tasks within that space, and they help you track the progress of each task. So when you create a folder within the space, you have the option to use those space statuses for the tasks in that folder. It's just an easy way to stay consistent without having to create new statuses for each folder or project. Yeah, so let's assume we're working on a website redesign. So let's select use space statuses. You can either use the statuses already existing in your space, or you could just customize them. So you could use custom statuses. You can add one yourself. Let's just go with the one already in our space. So just click apply changes. And then you can manage the access of this folder. You can maybe limit it to a specific number of people or just make it a general one. So let's just leave it toggled off and then carry on. Now that we've created a folder, we're going to create a list inside that folder. So lists are where your actual work is stored. Think of them like to-do lists, but more powerful. So now let's go to our folder, web redesign. Let's open it. Okay, so it's opened up here. Now let's add a list. You can come up here and add a list. Okay, so this is our list. So just select add task and then create some tasks. So I've already added a task. Down here we can add another one. And once you're done, you just select save, then move on to the next one. So these are the tasks under our folder called website redesign. And then here you can even add assignees. So if you've already invited people to join your ClickUp workspace or your space, you can just invite them here so you can use their emails to assign task. Then just by the side here, you can also add a due date. Let's assume it's due tomorrow. You can simply just add it. And then down here, you've also got a priority feature. You can either label it as urgent, high, normal, low. So let's go with urgent. Then if you'd like to customize it, you can even add another column of your choice. Yeah. So that's how it works. So you can create as many tasks as you want to and then just edit it. So there's even more you can do with tasks. So each task in ClickUp can be expanded into its own little workspace. Let's select this first one here. Update. So once we click on this, we're going to see a window pop up. So this is what it's going to look like. So you can see how it looks. So down here, you can see custom fields. You can add subtasks and even checklists and attachments. So this just makes it very, very useful and just improve your workflow. Now let's talk about views. ClickUp lets you see your tasks however you like. So this is the list view. Then next there's the board view. So the list view is for detailed planning. Next is the board view. This just gives you a workflow style with drag and drop. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Then you've got the calendar view, which is great for planning deadlines. And you've got the Gantt view, and then there's also a team view. And there you have it, a simple walkthrough to help you get started with ClickUp for project management. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.